It's a time of Samoa's past, when women were considered inferior to men. The Samoan island, Savaii, was split between the east and west. Eastern Samoan Ali'i, Lilomaeava, conquered the west and forced its villagers to climb a coconut tree feet first. This humiliating practice was painful, but Lilomaeava didn't know one of his victims was the brother of the underworld god Savao Si'uleo. Seeing his brother tortured, enraged Savao Si'uleo, and he sent his daughter to teach a lesson to the patriarchy. His daughter was Samoa's goddess of war, Nafanua, and this is Legends from the Pacific. Aloha, and thank you for joining us. This is Legends from the Pacific, episode 21, Samoa's Goddess of War, Nafanua. I am Kamuela Kaneshiro. I'd like to thank our listeners who nominated Legends from the Pacific for the Podcast Awards. If you haven't done so, please go to podcastawards.com, select Nominate My Favorite Podcast, and nominate Legends from the Pacific for the 2 categories of People's Choice and Storyteller Drama. The opportunity to nominate us is closing, so please do this now. Later in this episode, shoutouts to some of our fans, your featured song and Hawaiian word, but first, Nafanua. Listeners, this episode contains incest and other subject matter which some might feel is disturbing, so parental discretion is advised. Located halfway between Hawaii and New Zealand, just south of the equator, lies Samoa. Samoa consists of 2 islands, Upolu and Savaii, along with 8 islets. Just to be clear, this is not American Samoa, which lies to the east and is separated from Samoa by the international date line. In case you were wondering, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's mother, Ata Johnson, was a Samoan born in Hawaii. She was adopted by the professional wrestler known as the Flying Hawaiian, Peter Maivia, who was also an American Samoan ali'i, but that's a story for another time. The goddess of war, Nafanua, was said to come from a blood clot from her parents. Nafanua's mother, Tila Fang'a, was a conjoined twin. She and her sister learned the art of tatau, or tattooing, which they gave to the Samoans. But they forgot the original instructions, and instead of the women getting tattoos, it was given to men. Women were able to get tattoos, but they are smaller. Nafanua's father, Savao Si'uleo, was sort of like Hades, and he was sometimes called Ilo. It should also be noted that Nafanua's parents were siblings, which was common for Polynesian gods and ali'i. Now, some of you might be wondering what their brother was doing on Savaii, which led to his capture. Well, the entrance to the underworld, or Pulotu, is believed to be on the west side of Savaii. So their brother was considered a Westerner. Still to come, shout outs to some of our fans, your featured song and Hawaiian word, but now a story. The following is a Legends from the Pacific original story and is based on cultural testimony. Nafanua awoke on a beach of Savaii. A Western couple helped her, and Nafanua considered them her adopted parents. Nafanua's father, Ilo, instructed her to cut down a toa tree. From the tree, Nafanua crafted 4 items. The first 2 were her weapons. Ta Fesila Fa'i was a giant hook with sharp teeth on its shank opposite its gap. Fa'auli ulito was a heavy rounded stick, similar to a billy club. The last two items were for a peaceful or bloody end to the war. Uli Masao was similar to a canoe paddle with a pointed tip like a spade and was used to signal a peaceful end, but a bloody end meant Nafanua would arm herself with Fa'amate ga Tawa, or the weapon of death, was a spear with sharp teeth where the blade met the staff. This was the deadliest of Nafanua's arsenal, which could also kill members of her divine family. Nafanua's father Ilo told her to stop fighting if the warriors surrendered, but she must stop when she reached their relative's village, because he knew his daughter's wrath wouldn't spare their family. Nafanua agreed and enchanted her items with power from the spirit world Pulotu. She armed herself with her first item, the battle hook Tafasila Fa'i. Facing her adopted parents, she asked if they'd fight to stop Lilomayava's forces. Her adopted parents confessed they didn't know how to fight. Nafanua gave them her second item, the billy club, Fa'auli ulito, but warned the couple to stay at the battlefield's edge because she might not recognize them in her rage. They agreed, and rage Nafanua did. The warriors didn't stand a chance against Nafanua as she plowed through them with her battle hook. Waves of warriors attacked Nafanua, but they were severely outmatched. Along the perimeter, her adopted parents enjoyed beating their captors, but wandered onto the battlefield as they fed their growing vengeance. Nafanua accidentally killed them for forgetting her warning. The goddess continued her relentless onslaught and reached her family's village. Droves of warriors converged onto her, and Nafanua forgot her father's warning. The bloodthirsty goddess wiped her brow and readied herself to engage the approaching masses. A gust of wind blew against her sweaty skin. It felt good, but Nafanua realized the wind lifted her coverings, revealing her breasts. The warriors were stunned that they were outmatched by a woman. Overcome by humiliation, the warriors surrendered. Nafanua continued her campaign and became Samoa's ultimate ali'i. Coming up is shoutouts to some of our fans, your featured song and Hawaiian word. Listeners, time's running out to nominate Legends from the Pacific for the Podcast Awards. Please nominate us for the 2 podcast award categories, People's Choice and Storyteller Drama. Links to the Podcast Awards website can be found in our show notes. Nafanua never used her last 2 items, the signal paddle or the weapon of death. The tree that she cut down for her items was toa or koa wood. Many Polynesian cultures share words with letters being off or replaced, like the Samoan island Sava'i and Hawaii. Also, the letters T and K are commonly replaced. This was how Captain Cook was able to converse with Hawaiians because of his South Pacific expeditions, but that's a story for another time. Nafanua lived in the village of Falealupo, which is the gateway to the spirit world of Pulotu. Many traveled to Falealupo to ask Nafanua's advice in war and governance. It's unclear how or when she died, but toward the end of her reign, a king asked the goddess to help him unite Samoa. Nafanua replied, "Wait on the heavens for a crown for your kingdom." Then, in 1830, when missionaries arrived, the king's son joined them and united Samoa. Today, Nafanua's rule established the Fa'amatai system, which is a chiefly government that is still active. American Samoa's underwater volcanic cone is named Nafanua Volcano. Also, many Polynesians, like myself, were taught to consider women their equals. An example of this can be seen in the fact that most Polynesian names and titles are unisex. Speaking of unisex titles, Nafanua is one of Samoa's highest legendary titles, and in 1988, Nafanua was bestowed upon Dr. Paul Allen Cox for his work in saving Samoa's rainforest. There's a lot we can take away from Nafanua's story, but I like the fact that her father sent her because he was confident in her ability to get the job done. If you like what you heard, please give us a rating, write a review, and share Legends from the Pacific with your friends and family. I'd really appreciate it. Please don't forget to nominate Legends from the Pacific for the Podcast Awards. Mahalo to our listeners who signed up for our newsletter. I'm still organizing things, so the newsletters haven't started yet. But go to our website and sign up today to keep up with our latest news and exclusive offers, like our special episodes about my paranormal experiences and investigations, which should be out in the next few months. Our theme song is Mystery by Tavana, courtesy of High Sessions. Sound effects are by Sound Effects Factory. Our music coordinator is Matt Duffy, aka DJ TripleBypass. Links and show notes can be found on our website, legendsfromthepacific.com, including a link to your featured song, which is Love Me Right by Jana Padakin, courtesy of High Sessions. Legends from the Pacific was written, produced, and edited by me, Kamuela Kaneshiro. I also wrote our original stories. Your featured Hawaiian word is Kaika Mahine. Kaika Mahine means daughter. An example for Kaika Mahine is Princess Leia was Darth Vader's Kaika Mahine. Once again, Kaika Mahine is Hawaiian for daughter. Thank you once again for listening. Mahalo and ahui ho.
That's alright, I'll forget. And every now and then I get a little too sensitive, but that's okay.